Hey guys, in this video we're going to talk about adjustment of status and a case in which the government approved the green card for this couple, for the wife, after waiving the interview. They just decided we're not going to have an interview with this couple. We're going to just make a fast decision and we're going to approve her of the green card, adjustment of status. So I'm going to talk with you in this one about what we did, how it worked, and hopefully you will have some takeaways that you could apply to your case as well. And if this doesn't apply to you, be sure to share it with other people because you never know who needs this information. It's been a long time since we talked about adjustment of status. It's a very complex process that allows people to apply for a green card while they're here in the United States. At McBean Law, we see a lot of adjustment of status cases, but very complex scenarios. And we work with people who have been denied, people who need to refile a better case, people who want to appeal a decision, parents filing for children, children filing for parents, spouses filing for, a spouse, and removal of conditions in all of those different scenarios. So reach out to us at McBeanLaw.com or at 516-866-3900 to discuss your case with us and how we might be able to help you with getting your green card. For those of you who are new to me, welcome to my channel. I'm Latoya McBean Pompey, an immigration lawyer in New York, working with clients all over the world on complex immigration matters. Be sure to subscribe to my channel before leaving today, and also hit that notification bell so that you'll be the first to get notice of these videos each week. So let's talk about this wonderful testimony that we shared through our newsletter just a couple of days ago. And it's a wonderful story involving a woman who came to the United States when she was only 12 years old. And she was not eligible for DACA because she had entered the United States after 2007. She met her husband while in high school, and they were just friends in high school. They lost contact after that. And then fast forward to 2019, they met each other again at a reunion party, or a retirement party, I should say, for one of their teachers. And they became close, started dating, and they became engaged. And then shortly thereafter, they got married. A couple of months later, they got married, and then they came to us to work on their case. So they got married in July of last year, and then we filed their adjustment of status case in September of 2021. Now, they didn't have a lot of evidence because, as you can imagine, they were newly married and they had not shared their life together for very long. And so what we were able to do is we honed in on their story. We told a wonderful story about this couple who came together and the genuineness of that relationship. Story is so important. Immigration story. And you guys may have heard me talk about stories, being able to tell your story with immigration in a way that they can understand and appreciate. It's super important. So we put together whatever evidence they had, we told their story, and we filed their case. And then on June 27th of this year, the I-130 was approved. And when we saw the I-130 approval come in without an interview notice, we said, wait a minute, what's going on here? It looks like the government has decided they're just gonna waive the initial interview. And surely they did. They waived the initial interview, which is typically a step that they take in marriage cases. So they waived the interview, and then the wife's I-485 adjustment of status application was approved on July 28th. And so we're really thrilled by this fast adjustment of status case, marriage case. Now, guys, what can you take away from this? Well, firstly, again, your story is key. Being able to tell your immigration story is so very, very important. You want to hone in on the aspect of your story that shows the government how you guys came together, right? How you met. How did your relationship progress from your date, from your meeting to all the way up to the proposal, and then of course the marriage. You tell that you tell your story to them and share with them how you guys are living your life together, sharing your life together. Even if you have not yet officially come together under one marital address, it is possible for you to still obtain your green card and get through. And we've been able to do that for others in the past. And you've got to just show the government and answer their question of, well, why aren't you guys living together? What's keeping you apart? And do you have an intent to come together under one marital residence? And the answer must be, of course, yes. Here's what the plan is, right? So tell your immigration story. And I have some resources out there, some courses where I teach folks how to write a declaration and tell their story. I'm going to put the link below so that you guys can go into my online store and see some of my materials and my marriage prep, my marriage course, I-130 course, and the I-485 adjustment of status course. So check the link below. Now, the second thing that you need to understand is you could still win your case even though you don't have a lot of evidence. And this ties right back to telling your story. You may think, well, you see the long list of evidence that the government is asking you for, and it is long. It's a lot, evidence to show that you guys have really commingled your assets and it's a genuine marriage. It can be very intimidating, particularly if your marriage is very young. Don't be intimidated by that. Just be confident and pull together as much evidence as you possibly can. And don't forget things such as text message communications to show how the relationship did progress over time. And bring in some letters of support from other people in your life as well who can attest to your story and the fact that your relationship is genuine. And certainly if you already have a bank account, joint bank account together, you want to show that you're using this account. It's not just there lying dormant, right? It is a real account with real transactions on both sides. You and your partner are using the joint account. So you want to be able to show that. You also want to be able to show that, if you have children or you have stepchildren in the relationship, how each of you are responsible for the children. What do you guys do around the daily routine with involving the children? Also, you want to be able to show that you guys have some insurance together, car insurance, health insurance, life insurance. And don't just go out and get insurance, after you go on a green card interview, the first one, and it doesn't go so well. Then you say, okay, well, we need more evidence. Let's go out and get a life insurance. I've seen many times how immigration calls people out for stuff like that. You want to make sure from the beginning of your marriage, as you're starting your journey together, that you guys get bring the right type of evidence together from the very beginning, to show that you're serious. And certainly having taxes jointly filed is also a very important piece of evidence to show that you're sharing in the responsibilities that you guys have. And so just know that it is possible to pull together, many different types of evidence. Even though the marriage is young, there's still a lot of things that you can do. And, for some people, they say, well, we can't open up a bank account yet because I don't have my social security number and it's not going to work. That's understandable, of course. That is definitely understandable. But typically in the very beginning of the adjustment of status process, you would receive a work permit along with a social security card and number. And so once you get that social security card, you could absolutely at that point, even after filing, at that point you can get your joint bank account with your spouse. And if the government asks for additional evidence along the way, at least you'll have that taken care of. Okay, so just keep that in mind, that there are many different types of evidence. It doesn't necessarily have to be the traditional ones. And if you don't have all of the evidence, don't stress about it. Focusing on your story and telling a very, very solid story. Okay. And then, lastly, guys, I want to also mention that there are complex scenarios. There are a lot of complex scenarios that couples face during the adjustment of status process. It's, if the government doesn't feel like it has enough evidence to approve your case, and the case is then, you then receive a notice of intent to deny. And after getting that notice of intent to deny, it's not responded to properly, then of course the government can deny the case. Once that happens, don't lose heart, because there are ways of recovering from that, doing a refiling. And in some cases, the decision can be appealed. Okay, so speak with an attorney, a licensed attorney, about a denial. Reach out to us. We work on denials all the time. Okay, so don't lose heart. And then just know that for some people, if you decide to do a refiling, just know that the issues that the government had with the first case, you can't ignore them. And I've seen people make this mistake. They ignore the first filing, and they just go ahead and quickly do a refiling. And the government comes back and say to them, we still have all of these issues that need to be addressed, right? Because we didn't think that maybe that previous marriage that you had in the filing, we didn't think it was bona fide. It didn't look genuine to us, or you didn't have enough evidence, or we found all these inconsistencies, or maybe there was false statements that you gave during interviews in the first case. With the first case, they will still have those issues, guys, with the second case. So know that you've got to prepare that second case with a professional to skillfully tackle the issues that the government had problems with the first filing. If you haven't heard anything else I've said in this video, I want you to hear this point very carefully and closely. Do not ignore what happened with the first filing if the government had problems with it, particularly if you had a Stokes interview previously, or if you've had a notice of intent to deny previously. You've got to address these issues in the second filing. Guys, I hope this video was helpful to you. Know that it is possible to get to the point of getting a green card. Look at our client who has been here since she was 12 years old, and now she has a green card. And so it's possible that your change can come in time. So don't lose heart. If you're out there and you're thinking, well, I don't have anyone to help me, I'm alone, I don't have any family here, I'm not in a relationship, what can I do? Don't lose heart. It is possible for you to get to the finish line in the right season. Guys, I hope you found this helpful. Be sure to share it with other people. Comment below. Subscribe also to our firm's weekly newsletter at McBeanlaw.com. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.